Are you looking to upgrade your everyday carry for work? Maybe you feel like you bring too much, or you never really know exactly what you should have in your bag. Maybe your bag itself is looking kind of old and raggedy and you need to upgrade. In today's video, I'm going to show you what is in my work bag for 2019. This is like an everyday carry sort of video, specifically for the guy who is heading off to work. What's up, fellas? Welcome back to Effortless Gent. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Baron, and on this channel we typically discuss men's style tips, how to dress sharp, how to dress with confidence, and everyday carry videos such as this one today. So if you like that kind of stuff, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button, etc, etc. So today I want to give you a few ideas for an everyday carry setup if you're a young guy looking for a stylish way to sort of carry all your things to and from work and whatever else you might bring around with you Monday through Friday. So if you have a long commute ahead of you and you want a stylish everyday carry rig, keep watching this video. First up, let's start with the bag that's actually going to carry all of this stuff for you. And in this case, I went with the C31 backpack from Carl Friedrich. So this backpack is made from a leather and nylon canvas, which I personally feel is the perfect amount of polish and professionalism without looking too techy or too active wear for the office, which most backpacks tend to look like. And you know, if you're a younger guy, maybe you feel like a messenger bag or a briefcase isn't really your jam. I think a backpack could totally work. It just has to be something that's a little bit more polished, like the C31. The straps are full leather, which I think is a nice touch. And if you're traveling and you want to take a backpack with you, this actually has a luggage strap, which you can see right here, and it's able to go over the telescopic handle of your roller bag or your carry-on, and it always stays securely in place and it won't be falling when you're trying to run through the airport to get to your gate. By the way, thanks to our friends at Carl Friedrich for partnering with us on this video. If you guys haven't checked out their site and their brand yet, I urge you to go ahead and check them out. They make incredible bags, briefcases, wallets, things like that, phone cases. The products have a really clean aesthetic, super minimal, really beautiful leather, just really well designed. It's kind of stuff that I have always gravitated towards. And I think if you've been following me for any amount of time or have been reading Effortless Gent, that you know that this is sort of the aesthetic that we always go for. One thing I really appreciate is how they care about where each component of their product comes from. And on top of that, they go the extra step to tell you, the consumer or the shopper, exactly where these things are from. So everything from the leather to where it's sourced, the hardware for the bags, you'll know exactly where each piece of your bag is going to come from. I think that's really cool, and not many brands do that. It's kind of like when you go to a local restaurant, like a farm to table type place, and you can see on a big board where each of their ingredients comes from, because they're usually from local farms in the area. It's very similar to that. So definitely check out their products. I think you're gonna love them. I'm gonna link to everything that is in this video from Carl Friedrich below, as well as everything that I am keeping in this work bag that you're gonna see in today's video. All right, so next up in my work bag is my laptop, of course, and a laptop sleeve. Now, whether you are an Apple or a PC guy, I think it's important that you keep your most important piece of equipment that's in your bag. I think it's important that you keep it in a sleeve. I use a Apple MacBook Pro, and I paired it up with this 15-inch leather sleeve. It's called the Walton. This is also from Carl Friedrich. Same beautiful design and simple aesthetic that the brand is known for. And you know, I have a few sleeves for my laptop in particular, but I really love how a thin, minimal leather sleeve looks. Also, I like how leather tends to develop a patina over time. The more you touch it, the more it's exposed to light and like the oils in your skin. I can really appreciate how the leather color develops. Plus, leather is really tough and it always looks good. By the way, there is an option to personalize your laptop sleeve if you want to put your initials or something. They do deboss it on the laptop sleeve when you place your order. So that's always an option for you in case that's something you're into. All right, so next up is my portable hard drive. I always take a portable external hard drive with me wherever I go. This one happens to be from a brand called Transcend. One thing I love about this, actually two things, is that one, it kind of matches the aesthetic of Apple. Everything I have is pretty much Apple, so I like how it sort of looks like everything else I own electronic-wise. All my electronics match. There you go. And secondly, there is a sort of rubber casing around the hard drive itself, so I feel like that lends a bit more protection in case I drop it or something happens to it. Also, it's just much easier to grip and it's not slippery. So again, make sure you check out the description box below. I'm going to link to everything down there. All right, next up is my phone and my earbuds. So like I said, I am in the Apple ecosystem, so I do have a iPhone XS Max. Like 90% of the work I do for this brand is done on my phone, which is pretty incredible to think about. So I made sure I bought the biggest screen with the most memory because I wanted to make sure that I always never ran out when I was working. So this is the iPhone XS Max, and I always have my Apple AirPods with me because it is just so convenient. What I love about these Bluetooth headphones specifically is that they just work. They just work perfectly with my phone. I pop them out of the case, I throw them in my ears, I have that little satisfying click of the case, and boom, they're automatically connected. All right, so next up is actually my wallet. Now, along with my phone and my earbuds, sometimes I keep them in my pockets, sometimes I throw them in my bag, but my wallet is something that I always keep in my back pocket. And this is the Hatton wallet from Carl Friedrich. What I like about this specific model is that it's a really slim card case that holds 4 different cards, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and then there is a middle slot that's a little bit bigger where you can keep more cards if you wanted, or you can keep bills in there as well. And that's usually the problem with really slim card cases. Sometimes it's simply just cards and there's no room for bills, but sometimes I like to carry a few bills with me. So the cognac color I really love. I know that this is also going to develop a nice patina over time, which I'm really looking forward to breaking in and using every day. Lastly, I really appreciate the curved edge of this. I think it kind of doubles as a front pocket wallet because as long as you match it with the curved edge of your pocket, it sits in your front pocket really nicely. So that's another little design detail that I appreciate. Okay, next up, another thing that I sometimes keep in my bag, but also sometimes just keep on my person is my leather key fob. Now this is my one leather good that isn't from Carl Friedrich in this video. I've had this for a few years now. This is actually from a brand called Native Lore. It's a local New York City brand, and what I like about this is I can just clip it onto my belt loop and I stick the keys in my back pocket and it never goes away. It's perfect. And whenever I get home, it's easy just to unclip and boom, keys are in the door and I am inside my home. Okay, on to the next thing. So I always bring my Anker Power Cord charger with me wherever I go. The one thing I hate about portable chargers is sometimes I forget to charge them, which kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? What I like about this one specifically is that it is never dead because I always have it plugged into the wall so I can charge my phone when I'm at home. And when I leave, I just take it with me and it always has a full charge. So the Anker Power Cord charger is incredible. Again, I'm gonna link to all the products that I use and all the products that are in my work bag specifically in the description box below. Okay, so in today's digital age, these things may seem a little bit redundant to carry around, but I always manage to bring a small moleskin notebook with me, as well as this monthly planner and a really good pen. So I take all my notes on my phone. Obviously, I communicate with people through email on my phone. I do everything on my phone, but sometimes I need a notebook just to jot some quick notes down, or maybe to sketch something out to see how it's all going to plan out, or maybe I need to mind map something. So having a notebook is really handy for these things because sometimes it's not easy to draw freeform on your phone and you want something tactile that you can write in. So I always take this moleskin notebook with me. Now I found this planner specifically because I am shitty at using planners. I always start off really well using them week after week and then all of a sudden I don't use it anymore. What I really like about this planner specifically is that it is not pre-dated. It has months laid out and it has weeks laid out, the days at least. And what you have to do is go in there and write down the dates so it actually corresponds to the week that you're in. So if you're like me and you use a planner pretty infrequently, you should check this one out. And finally, this pen is from a brand called Mark Collective. They did send this pen over to me and I started using it a few weeks ago. It is the nicest, one of the nicest pens that I have ever used. The ink just flows really smoothly. It is very heavy. The pen is machined out of a solid piece of brass, so you know that it's like really substantial, there's a good weight to it, and it makes it even easier to write. Again, all links in the description box below. Okay, so like I told you guys in a previous video, this thing always comes with me. I definitely stick it in my work bag. I bring it with me whenever I travel. It is the Pocket Tripod Pro. I'm not gonna go into it in detail in this video because I did a whole video on it already, so why don't you go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna link to it up here somewhere. Up here? I always forget. Anyway, check out the card. I'm going to link to that video and you can see if this is a thing that you might want to add to your work bag as well. Okay, so 2 other things that I keep in my work bag that you may not think of or even think that you need, but eventually there's going to be a time when you do need it. So definitely throw it in your bag. And that is 1 hand cream and 2 lip balm. Have you ever washed your hands at the office? Hopefully you have. And the soap, it really dries out your skin and then now you have really dry hands at your desk. I like the hand cream from this brand called Ahava. It is amazing. It is super soft. It never feels like too heavy or oily. I really hate the creams with the oily residue, so I try to stay away from the cheaper stuff and I try to get something that's really nice. I think this is like the best hand cream that I've personally tried. I know there's a lot out there, but this is one that I happen to use, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Also, lip balm, super important. You don't want to like have a really important meeting with your boss or your colleague or something, and then your lips are all cracked and dry and you have skin flaps like flapping in the wind. You don't, that's a bad impression. You don't want to do that. Plain chapstick is fine. I think it works okay. I always feel though that it goes away pretty quickly. I really love it. This lip balm from a brand called Image. It's my favorite so far. My wife actually introduced me to this brand, and it really coats your lips really nicely. And I feel like it stays on for a few hours. So I think it's really worth it, and it just feels really moisturized for a very long time. So definitely check out the hand cream and the lip balm. I'm gonna link to both of these below. Okay, so finally, the one thing I don't leave my house without, I always have it in my work bag, or at least on my person, are my sunglasses. I never leave the house without sunglasses. It is super uncomfortable going outside and having to squint because it's so bright and I look weird. So I always bring sunglasses with me no matter what. For many years, I wore the Ray-Ban Wayfarer model, and I think that the Wayfarers look great on a majority of guys anyway, and I think it's a really good silhouette. But I wanted to switch it up because I've had them for a long time, and that's kind of the style I always gravitated towards. So I also really love the Ray-Ban Clubmasters, so I wanted to go with the Clubmasters. I was about to pick up a pair, and I actually ended up finding this pair from Gucci, which are incredible. They look exactly like Clubmasters. They have the same silhouette, but there's a little bit more flair. Like for example, the gold tone, engraved temples, the nose bridge. Just the style of it is really cool, and I really liked it. Gravitated towards it, and I treated myself to an amazing pair of Gucci sunglasses. So this is actually what I keep with me every single day, and I like how they have the classic Clubmaster style with a little bit more oomph, I guess you could say. That is everything that I keep with me in my work bag. This is my everyday carry whenever I'm heading to a coffee shop or to a meeting. So I would love to hear from you if you are a young guy who is heading to the office and you want to kind of step up your everyday carry game. You want to have a better bag. You want to have better accessories in your bag. Let me hear from you in the comments below, and let me know what you're looking forward to upgrading next. Thank you again to our friends at Carl Friedrich for sponsoring this video. Guys, when we have sponsors on this channel, it allows me to do these kinds of videos and create content for you for free here on YouTube and also on Effortless Gent. So thank you so much to our sponsors who support the channel, who support the brand, and I'm really excited to work with them because they're brands that I love. So make sure you go ahead and click on the links below. I link to all the Carl Friedrich products as well as every other product that I talked about in this video in the description box below. So go ahead and check out those links. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.